The following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting at Western Illinois University.
The Student Government Association election results are in. Stay tuned to Live at 4 to see who made the cut. The new Macomb Transit Center held its grand opening yesterday. See what's new as News 3 had the first look. And WIU students are starting to feel the temperatures rise. Have we finally seen the last of Old Man Winter? Scott's forecast coming up.
Welcome to News 3 Live at 4. News with Adam Yingst and with Jack Pluta. Sports with Nico Haeflinger. And weather forecasts from our team of meteorology students at Western Illinois University. News 3 starts right now.
Good evening. Welcome to Live at 4. I'm Jack Pluta.
And I'm Adam Yingst. After much controversy over the February elections in Macomb, Steve Wayland will have his day in court. A hearing has been scheduled for 9 a.m. Thursday at the McDonough County Courthouse.
Diane Cohen, who is representing Wayland in a lawsuit against the city and county, is asking court order to local election officials to declare him the winner in Macomb's second ward. It initially appeared that Wayland won against incumbent Kay Hill 17-16, but no winner was declared because city officials say neither candidate received 50% plus one of the votes. However, nowhere in the city code does it say candidate has to win by 50% plus one. The city code says a candidate that receives the majority of votes shall be elected. Stay tuned to News 3 on Thursday when we'll bring you an update after Thursday's hearing. In more local news, the votes have been tallied in Western Illinois' student government election. Students voted Wednesday through Friday last week, and results were announced an hour after final votes were cast. Here's News 3's Stephanie Martin with the story.
Candidates campaigning paid off for this year's Student Government Association election with over 2,000 votes total. Students broke the record of the most votes ever being cast in an election, beating the past record of 1,100 votes.
Talking to them, seeing what they felt could be changed about the university, what they liked about the university, and any concerns they had with the goings-on, I guess, of the university.
Voting started Wednesday and the results finally came in by Friday afternoon. Elected President and Vice President Caleb Markey and Steve Wayland, Board of Trustee Andre Ashmore, and Senators at Large Angela Barr, Heather Smith, Sean Sullivan, and Patience Jackson. Each candidate had the chance to debate against one another before voting started on Wednesday. Contenders spoke of reaching out to the students and how to spend funding, but one of the most heated discussions was about Vice President candidate Antonio Marshall. Antonio Marshall was arrested in Corbin the Tuesday prior to the SGA elections for an outstanding warrant. His opponents brought up the topic at the last SGA debate to make sure that voters had the chance to know what was really going on.
We feel like they have the right to know whether those things have happened in the past or not, so that at least they can take that into consideration when voting occurs.
And at the end of the day, SGA members are glad that students took the time to vote.
I'm just really excited and proud that students went out there and voted, because that is really the number one way that they can show that they care about who represents them to the administration.
By 154 votes.
Macomb City Council took a final vote on whether to allow a fraternity house to be established at 901 West Carroll Street. The ordinance was denied by a vote of 6-1. The Planning Commission had previously denied the request 7-0 due to many residents voicing their concerns in the area. No members of the fraternity were present at last night's meeting. Last night, the City Council approved Larry's Pizza for a liquor license. The approval also includes Sunday sales. Throughout the whole process, not a single negative statement or objection was heard from the public. The restaurant should have its license by the end of the day after all City Council paperwork is complete. And after more than 45 years of serving the Macomb community, Pag's Pizza and Pasta has closed for good. The news came from the restaurant's official Facebook page in late March. Pag's Pizza and Pasta opened here in Macomb in April of 1964 and has been a staple in the community ever since. The owners, Don and his wife, made the decision based on Don's age and for other health reasons. The restaurant will be selling all their equipment and pictures. More information can be found on their Facebook page.
In more news out of McDonough County, a Colchester man was killed in a motorcycle accident on Sunday. 28-year-old Alan W. Kramer lost control of his Honda motorcycle on Country Road. Kramer was transported to McDonough District Hospital, where he was later pronounced dead at the scene. Officials say Kramer was not wearing a helmet.
The new Macomb Transit Center held a grand opening Monday, headlined by a speech from United States Secretary of Transportation Ray LaHood. The $13.8 million project finished 1 month ahead of schedule. The 80,000 square foot building will utilize solar tracking skylights and high-efficiency heating and cooling systems. Non-student ridership of the Go West system, which will be housed in this location, has gone up by more than 200,000 over the last 10 years, according to Jude Kaya, director of the Go West Transit System.
With snow gone, it looks like spring is here to stay. News 3's Scott Beckerman has more on the spring weather. Scott?
As we take a first look at the weather in Macomb, currently it's 43 degrees. And with our days getting longer, we're getting more of that spring sunshine, which allowing for warming at the surface and in turn warming up those temperatures. For the rest of the day, it's going to be sunny, temperature in the low 40s to upper 30s, 0% chance of precip, winds out of northwest at 10 miles an hour. And as that sun goes down, so will those temperatures. It's going to be mostly clear overnight, and without those clouds to trap in that warmth, we're going to have a chilly low of 22 degrees, wind chill of 13, and winds out of the north. That's all for now, but stay tuned the next 10 minutes for my full weather forecast, and I'll let you in on when we have some temperatures near the 60s. But for now, back to you, Adam and Jack.
All right, thanks, Scott. Since the warm weather has been moving in, children have been coming out to enjoy it. Easter Bunny knew that and decided to leave some eggs outside of the Macomb Public Library on Friday. Local children were able to participate in the egg hunt in downtown Macomb, filling their baskets with candy-filled eggs. Kids ranging from 0 to 10 years old were able to participate in the annual Easter celebration.
Well, the coal stack on the WIU campus has been taken down, and some of its parts are being donated to a program on the campus. The Department of Engineering Technology is receiving a surplus of electrical equipment from the demolition. Electronic controls and sensors will be used in classroom laboratories to build electronic models. The coal stack was taken down after the university voted to transition to using natural gas.
The ladies of Delta Zeta are informing students about noise-induced hearing loss with Learn to Listen Week, April 1st through the 7th. An estimated 26 million Americans between the ages of 20 and 69 have permanent hearing loss from noise exposure. Stop by the table in the Union to learn more on ways to prevent noise-induced hearing loss, along with other interesting statistics. The Learn to Listen table will be set up tomorrow in the Union from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m.
The University Union is scheduled for Phase 1 of its renovations beginning in May. Some changes have already begun to take place in the Union, including tile removal in the Murray Street Cafe and food court area. Phase 1 of the renovations was given to the most heavily used areas of the Union, including Murray Street Cafe, the Lemoyne Room, and the North Terrace. The WIU Board of Trustees approved $1.1 million for the design and completion of Phase 1. The completion of Phase 1 is estimated for July of 2014.
Coming up on Thursday, tune in for our Pet of the Week segment, where we feature a dog or cat up for adoption at the McDonough County Animal Shelter. News 3 anchor Jessica Aducey visits each week to bring our community a closer look at animals that need a home. Stay tuned for Live at 4 on Thursday to meet this week's pet, Vanna the cat.
While the same-sex marriage debate continues to gain momentum.
And another twist in the Colorado theater shooting case of James Holmes. More on those right after the break.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. Fact is, if you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills one person every hour. 1 in 5 Americans is likely to develop a form of skin cancer during their lifetime. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. It could be the save of a lifetime. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
If you could see anything in the world, what would it be?
I'd love to see Paris.
I like to see cupcakes falling from the sky.
My daughter, married and happy.
I want to see things the way I used to.
Chances are, someone you love may one day be affected by macular degeneration or glaucoma. Log on to seeabettertomorrow.org or call 1-800-437-2423 to learn about glaucoma and macular degeneration. Call 1-800-437-2423 or log on to seeabettertomorrow.org.
I just want to see more of the things I love.
After last week's Supreme Court cases in which the court listened to 2 cases on the issue of same-sex marriage, a second Republican has announced his support for same-sex marriage. Illinois Senator Mark Kirk has joined Ohio State Senator Rob Portman to endorse same-sex marriage, as Portman announced last month that he had changed his opinion on the issue after his son told his family that he was gay. The Illinois Senate recently voted in favor of legalizing same-sex marriage on Valentine's Day. The Supreme Court listened to arguments last week in 2 cases on the issue, and the decision by the court is expected in June.
I would right now be opposed to gay marriage. Having said that, even if I supported it, I don't believe the Supreme Court should be making that decision. I think if you have an institution go back 2,000 or 3,000 years, before it's changed, before all the unintended consequences can be thought through, it should work its way through state legislatures, through Congress perhaps, so we can, again, we should have full equality as far as finances, as far as other issues. I'm just saying we don't know what all the consequences could be that are unintended right now.
So far, 50 U.S. senators are in support of same-sex marriage, while 7 Democrats oppose it. 1 Democrat in favor for same-sex marriage is New York Mayor Cory Booker.
I'm not worried at all. Look, this is an anguished reality where we have a second-class citizenship for millions and millions of Americans who are denied over 1,000 laws. Thank God we didn't wait for the states on women's equality under the law. Thank God we didn't wait for the states on African Americans' equality under the law. Thank God we didn't wait for the states on intermarriage. So this to me is clearly, we know, as King said, the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice.
While both parties have been talking to the media in recent days, the same-sex marriage cases in the Supreme Court have been the political forefront for the past week. But this federal case affects more than just laws. It affects the lives of almost every American.
That includes several people here in Macomb and on Western's campus. News 3 Dana Fulton was able to sit down and hear one couple's story.
We're sort of a walking question at the moment. I think the U.S., a lot of people in the U.S. are wondering what's going on.
Sveta and her wife Addie have been together for 13 years, ever since she was 15 years old and in the U.S. on a student visa.
A few weeks down the road, we pretty much communicated daily, and a few months later she came to visit, and I came to visit back, and our relationship developed from there. We clicked.
Heterosexual couples have a pathway that allows them to stay together even if both members are not from the same country.
If they're a same-sex couple, Defense of Marriage Act prevents them from basically staying together in the same country. With these visas, there's always an expiration date, and it's usually yearly, so there's always an expiration timer ticking in your brain. Okay, will they renew it this time? Will I get to stay with my family here?
When her visa was up in 2009, Sveta decided to list her real partner, Addie, on her documents, and the government did not respond positively to this information.
Suddenly, with that one decision, I was rendered undocumented and stateless. I mean, I only did it to actually record it, but I wanted to have a record that she's my family.
Which led to the possibility of Sveta being sent back to her home country.
In my country right now, Kazakhstan, basically there is 5% of people right now, which is a decline, actually support gay people openly. other 5% basically say that we should be exterminated.
After years of perseverance, the couple was able to defy the odds and stay together.
The only thing they asked is, are you aware of the Defense of Marriage Act on the interview? And I basically said, yes, it's our life at the moment.
They consider themselves lucky by all the obstacles they've overcome thus far. They acknowledge the fact there are still so many more in front of them, thanks to the government's definition of their relationship status.
The only difference is that we have to always live with this law in mind, and we can either choose to wait for Supreme Court to overturn it, or we can actually do something about it ourselves and tell our stories.
A story many couples across the U.S. are now telling. In Macomb, I'm Dana Fulton reporting.
Thanks, Dana. A final decision is expected by summer. To stay up to date with the cases, follow us on Facebook and our Twitter page. A major development has been made in the Colorado theater shooting case. Prosecutors against accused shooter James Holmes are seeking the death penalty after rejecting his guilty plea. It could push the trial date back from August to February 2014. The trial itself could last 5 or more months. Holmes faces 166 counts of murder and attempted murder for the shooting last July. 12 people were killed and around 60 were wounded.
The body of one of the stars of MTV's reality show Buck Wild was found this morning. The bodies of Shane Gandy, his uncle David Gandy, and another man were found in a truck on Monday in Kanawha County. According to county officials, Shane and his uncle were reported missing Monday after leaving a bar in Sissonville on Sunday. The press report says the vehicle was found submerged in mud. There have been no reports on how the deaths occurred. But warmer weather is in our future, Jack.
Yes, and News 3's Scott Beckerman will have your full forecast after the break.
Hi, I'm Polly Perret. On NCIS, I play a forensic scientist. I've noticed that young people, girls in particular, don't have a lot of role models for careers in science, engineering, and technology. Here's the real problem. Not enough students are going into these fields anymore. So where does the next generation of scientists, engineers, and technologists come from? Here's the truth of the matter. In the coming years, engineering and technology are where the jobs are going to be. But if our young people don't see the excitement in these careers, they won't pursue them, and they'll be the ones who will lose out. I mean, think about the main character in the movie Iron Man, an engineer. Not only the character, but how about the role engineering and technology play in helping to bring a movie's creative vision to the screen? The reality is this. Engineers are creative problem solvers. They come up with the ideas that are solutions to the everyday needs of you and me. They help shape our future, and they're essential to our health, our safety, and our happiness. As they say in our industry, ready on the set and action. In this case, set means science, engineering, and technology. And being ready makes all the difference for our future. We need your ideas. We're counting on everyone working together to fix this. Parents and teachers, let's inspire our young people. Engineers, be mentors to kids in your community. Share your story and the love of your field. Media, show kids how exciting these fields can be by spotlighting great accomplishments by engineers, scientists, and technologists. Kids, seek your dreams, study hard, follow your imagination, and pursue careers in science, engineering, and technology. Learn more about how you can help by going to eiconline.org/readyontheset and make your commitment.
Every one of us has a role to play in making our communities and our country stronger. Discover yours. Go to serve.gov and find the opportunity that works for you. And this message is brought to you by the Corporation for National and Community Service.
Tomorrow it's going to be sunny with a high of 55 and a low of 32. Now, as you can see, the winds have switched from the northerly cold winds out of Canada to the warm southeast winds out of the Gulf. Our almanac, the high today of 48, spot on for the norm, but not nearly as warm as 86 set back in 1981. Our low of 22, much chillier than the norm, but about as cold as 18 set back in 1899. As you can see, we're approaching, well, actually we're well over 12 hours of daylight. Our jet stream, that trough that's usually bringing us that cold air, has tracked off to the east, and we have westerly winds here in Macomb. But more importantly, take a look at this shortwave trough. This bit of energy has made Texas forecast a slight risk for tornadoes, and it could be our weather maker come this weekend. For our surface, we are under an area of high pressure. It's calm, it's cool, and clear skies. For our regional radar, as you can see, we have a low pressure to the west of the Mississippi Valley, and this is bringing some moderate rain to these areas. And up in the northeast, we have some moderate flurries. Our regional temps, it's 47 in Springfield, 51 in St. Louis, 50 in Columbia, 47 in Moline, and 44 in Chicago. As we take our weekly outlook, it's going to be sunny for the most of the week. Wednesday, high of 55, low of 32. Thursday, high of 64, low of 31. Friday, high of 60, low of 44. Saturday, 60% chance of showers, high of 68, low of 48. And Sunday, 30% chance of rain, high of 58, low of 46.
All right, Scott, that's the forecast I've been waiting for, man.
60-degree weather.
Scott, hey, that's great news. More great news. Baseball is back.
Yeah, play ball. Both the Cubs and the Sox were in action on opening day for Major League Baseball. I'll have the highlights right after the break.
Are these real?
The best quality.
You mean they're fake?
Only a few dollars.
Only a few dollars.
Only a few dollars. Only a few dollars.
Only a few dollars.
It's not only a few dollars. Counterfeit goods take away jobs, and many are tied to violence and crimes, including child labor, drugs, and gangs. You have the power to stop it. Know the real cost. Don't buy counterfeits.
Your heart rate's a little fast.
Cause of death, acute myocardial infarction.
Have you tried a weight loss program?
Likely caused by type 2 diabetes and heart disease.
Still smoking?
Victim's lungs are black and scarred.
You can get a physical exam now, or you can get one later. Talk to your doctor about a physical. Learn how to lower your risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease and live a healthier life.
People have good hearts. During times of disaster, they donate food, clothing, and other necessities. However, this leads to the cost of packing, transportation, and storage, which is why money is more effective. Give with your heart. Cash is best. For more information, visit www.cidi.org.
Opening day and Major League Baseball is back. First out in Pittsburgh, where the Cubs get set for year 2 under Dale Swaim, looking to take a step in the right direction after a 101-loss season last year. Pirates star outfielder Andrew McCutchen getting his Silver Slugger and Gold Glove Award. Into the highlights we go. Top of the first, Starlin Castro on base. Anthony Rizzo, first pitch of the season that he sees, buzzing. The 445-foot blast to straightaway center puts the Cubs ahead 2-0. Rizzo did not hit a home run all of spring training and gets off to a great start to the season. Heading into the bottom half of the inning, Jeff Samardzija getting the nod on opening day, strikes out Pedro Alvarez. He had a big day for the Cubs. Next batter up for the Pirates, Gabby Sanchez. He also goes down swinging. The Shark had 9 Ks through 8 scoreless innings. Top of the 6th, the runner on for Wellington Castillo. The opening day catcher, he's going to hit this double to straightaway center. He had 2 doubles on the day and part of a 2-for-4 campaign. Nate Scherholz comes around to score from first. Cubs go up 3-0. Castillo got caught in the rundown and was thrown out, but it was all the Cubs needed as they took game 1 3-1. Cubs win on opening day for the first time since 2009. Today they have the day off and take on the Pirates again on Wednesday. Edwin Jackson will make his Cubs debut going up against new Pirate Wandy Rodriguez, who is no stranger to the Cubs as he is a former Central Division opponent for the Astros. Heading over to the south side of Chicago, last season the White Sox came up 3 games short of a playoff spot to the eventual AL pennant winning Detroit Tigers. Sox took on the Kansas City Royals in the afternoon game. Former Royal and Chicago White Sox Bo Jackson throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. He's still got it. Bottom of the 5th, Tyler Flowers at the plate. He crushes this pitch that he sees from James Field for the solo blast to put the Sox on the board. Heading into the 7th inning, Lorenzo Cain hits a hard liner up the middle, but second baseman Jordan Beckham, flashing the leather, robs a base hit. 8th inning, Sox still holding on to a 1-run lead, runners on the corners, but Matt Thornton throws the heat past Mike Moustakas for the strikeout, and the White Sox win 1-0 on a 7K performance from Chris Sale. The White Sox also have the day off today and will be back on Wednesday for a 1 o'clock start against the Royals. Jake Peavy will get his first start of 2013 and will go up against the new Royal Irvin Santana. Staying in Chicago, but over on the west side, coming off a dominant 7-goal performance against the Detroit Red Wings, the Chicago Blackhawks return to the United Center, take on the division rival Nashville Predators. Hawks already up 1-0. Kane leading the rush down the ice. He's going to take this puck, look for the passing lane to Jonathan Taves, but it's not there, but he smokes Pekka Rinne for his 19th goal of the season. Heading into the 3rd now, the puck poked in by David Legwan puts the Predators on the board. 4 minutes later, and Taylor Beck finds a loose puck. He ties the game up at 2, and we're headed to another shootout for the Blackhawks. 5th round, Michael Roosevelt coming in, forehand, backhand over the pad of Rinne. Hawks take a 2-1 lead in the shootout. Taylor Beck on the last chance for the Predators, trying to tie it up, but Crow says no, and the Hawks hold on to the 3-2 win. The Blackhawks win their 2nd straight game and take on the St. Louis Blues on Thursday before 2 more games against the Predators. You know, the Blackhawks just got a new acquisition. They got Michael Handzus in a trade with the Sharks. So that could be an interesting acquisition for them.
Yeah, that help is obviously going to help.
Yeah, and also tonight we've got the Bulls taking on the Washington Wizards in a game starting at 7 o'clock.
All right, should be a good one. Thanks, Nico.
Thank you.
Coming up, a dance animal takes the dance floor.
You'll see her groove right after the break.
I thought indoor tanning was safe. They said their tanning rays were less likely to cause a sunburn.
What you need to know is UV light from indoor tanning can cause
premature aging, including wrinkles, sagging, and age spots.
So instead of making you look cool, it can make you look old.
And even worse, UV light can increase your risk of skin cancer, including melanoma, the deadliest form of skin cancer,
especially when exposed at an early age.
And treatment can be surgery, and sometimes even chemotherapy and radiation.
In fact, current estimates are that 1 in 5 Americans develop skin cancer, and 1 person dies from melanoma about every hour.
I don't want to be one of them. I don't want to be one of them.
I don't want to be one of them.
This message brought to you by the American Academy of Dermatology.
I'm telling you, indoor tanning is not as safe as you think. In fact, indoor tanning is totally out.
Travel advisories to small business loans, retirement savings to Medicare coverage, ID theft protection to contacting elected officials, student loans to taxes online. Whether you have information to get or ideas to give, USA.gov is the official place to connect with your government. From surplus car auctions to finding a new job, our new mobile apps will keep you updated on the go. So, from marriage records to passport applications, veterans benefits to birth certificates, patent applications to energy-saving ideas, product recalls to home buying tips. Check out USA.gov because the country runs better when we stay connected.
Get a look at Ronan the sea lion. Here she is jamming to the beat of her favorite song, Earth, Wind & Fire's Boogie Wonderland and the Backstreet Boys.
They then showed she could transfer the skills to music she hadn't heard before. Her sense of rhythm defies earlier theories about the origins of rhythmic ability in animals.
That's all the time we have here. For Nico Haeflinger and everybody here at News 3, I'm Jack Pluta.
And for Scott Beckerman, I'm Adam Yingst. Have a great day.